All right, folks, we're going into that Vince and Susan St. James moment we've been talking about.
Yeah. Jesse, the Fink's announcing the winner of Savage and Steel, but Vince can't get his hands on the mic on time. Now he's hanging out with Susan in the lounge chairs, trying to look all suave in his tuxedo.
You gotta love the clown noses on those mics, Gorilla. They've got these headsets on and those big red pop filters in front of their mouths. It's like they're trying to look like they're talking into a giant lollipop.
Why is that necessary, Jesse? Do they really have to look like that?
Well, maybe it's symbolic, Gorilla. Maybe Vince has got some big red balls of his own, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of balls, Jesse, Vince asks Susan if she likes snakes. But Susan St. James, she ain't into that kind of thing. No snakes for her, not even Damien the Snake or Vince's genetic jackhammer.
So it's George Wells versus Jake the Snake Roberts next. This is Jake's first pay-per-view and WrestleMania debut, after only being in the WWF for a month.
He comes out with no music, Jesse. Just silent, intense, and as psychopathic as ever. Talking to himself, mumbling his way to the ring. Something bad is about to happen.
They say he's got a python with him tonight, Gorilla. In that bag he's carrying.
Yeah, and you got a big python in your pants for Susan, Vince.
Jake comes down to the ring looking like a nut, muttering to himself. He jumps in the ring and starts slapping Wells in the face before the bell even rings. He means business.
Wells starts pummeling Jake, Jesse. He's just going at him from pillar to post.
All right, Gorilla, you gotta see this wild backdrop. Jake's out cold, punching at the air.
That's gotta hurt. Look at him. He's completely dazed. And Wells is taking advantage. He's dumping Jake to the floor.
Jake slithering out of the ring. What a moment. And he's calling for a timeout.
This is wild. There's no timeout in professional wrestling, Jesse. Vince is saying Wells is a Canadian football player. Did you hear that?
Canadian football player. Is there even a great Canadian football player? We only ever hear about CFL players. You don't see them in the NFL. It's like saying there's a great XFL player.
Oh, they hate me. They all hate me. And look at Jake. He's taking a knee lift from Wells. He's dead as a doornail. He's bumping like crazy. His head is hitting the ropes. His feet are hanging over.
Wow, that was brutal. And Wells is going for the power slam. 2 count. And Jake's out of the ring. Wells is giving chase.
This is crazy. Jake's got that psycho edge. He's got that psychological advantage. Wells is coming back into the ring. And bam, that's a DDT. 1, 2, 3.
That was a great way to end this match. It shows the impact of the DDT. It's a match ender.
You know, Jake didn't really have any offense in this match, but as soon as he hits the DDT, it's all over. It's a great way to build him up for his first big show.
And the match was only 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Vince is suggesting there might be nothing in the bag, implying Susan St. James was crazy when she saw the snake move.
Well, it certainly wasn't animatronics. It's weird to see these WrestleMania matches that aren't the climax of anything. They're showcase matches, not the epic battles we remember WrestleMania for.
WrestleMania 2 and 3 were filled with these kind of matches where there was no story, just names on a card. It wasn't until WrestleMania 8 that they started focusing on storylines for every match.
And here comes the snake. It's out of the bag and wrapped around Wells' neck. Vince wants us to imagine the constriction. Early ideas had the snake injecting poison, and look at Wells. He's frothing at the mouth. He's frothing at the mouth. He's the only one that's ever done that.
It was apparently an early plan for Jake's character that never made it to the finish line. They probably realized it was a bit too much.
You gotta love the chaos of early Wrestlemania, Jesse. You never knew what you were going to get.
Did you see that? Susan St. James is practically turning green.
She's not the only one. Look at Wells, the sweat's practically dripping off him like white paint.
And the ref, too scared to even touch him. I swear, this guy's got the moves of a rusty old car.
I think Susan's a little too caught up in the action. You know, this is just a glorified squash match.
Yeah, but it's kind of strange how Wells has been on offense the whole time.
Probably trying to build up the impact of Jake's big move, that thing.
You mean the maneuver? That's the most creative name Vince could come up with?
Vince calls everything a maneuver. He's got a thing for them. But hey, at least it's entertaining.